Hello, motherfuckers, and welcome back to my podcast. You are now tuned in to Bells Be Speaking. I am your host, Coriel, so that's Corey L or Coriel. And if you are not new here and you already knew my name, I just reminded you so you never forget it. But thanks so much for coming back for another episode and tuning in. I'm very happy to have you here. Now, before I go ahead and hop into this episode's topic, I want to make a couple disclaimers. First things first, I do use profanity and swearing. So if you don't like to hear that type of content, those type of words, or any type of messaging with that type of language in it, then I suggest you go ahead and click off now, because that is what will be in here. Secondly, if you are using headphones, I suggest you adjust your volume to a comfortable level where if I get louder, because I do tend to speak very passionately once I get to speaking and my volume raises, you can adjust it and it won't be, you'll already have it adjusted and it won't be like a jump scare or like harsh like sound out of nowhere on your ears. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and hop right in. I just wanted to come with a quick message today. And this message is about like being deserving. And I'm going to title this episode, I Am Deserving, but you are deserving as the listener as well. So I use I and you interchangeably sometimes when I'm speaking on a topic that applies to me, but also can apply to other people. Or if I'm speaking about myself, but I'm saying it in a universal way. So just take it as it resonates, okay? But what makes me want to start talking about this topic is because I have experienced and noticed, okay? When I say experienced, I mean experience throughout my life. And when I say notice, I mean notice with my own situation as well as just with others' situations in the world around. There's a battle sometimes with people feeling deserving of things, whether it be something internally that they want to feel about themselves, or that they usually is something that they want to acquire or accomplish in real life in the outside world, feeling deserving, feeling as though they're good enough, but really about deservingness. Okay. And I'm gonna speak about this more in just a second here. Being a melanated woman, what most people would call a black woman or African American woman, I say a melanated woman. I noticed that in the melanated people's community, there is constantly like a battle of people trying to make someone else feel as though they're less deserving. There's always, I feel like only in this community of melanated people is where the whole topic of humble and someone trying to humble someone else and bring someone else down and make them feel as though they are less deserving and not good enough. I only really see that happen in the melanated community. You know what I mean? And it's not that it doesn't happen in others, but the way that it happens on a widespread level, to me, makes it seem as though it is, well, not even makes it seem. It's something that I know. It has been ingrained into the mindsets of people, and even in the way that they've taught people, me included, but teaching others, the way they raise people, the way they, just interact with others in general, is always like trying to make somebody feel as though they need to bring it down a level, and like they'll try to make it seem as though that someone needs to come back to reality, and that reality is seemingly one where that person is not deserving, or that they're not as good as they are, or as they are feeling about themselves, or as they would like to feel about themselves. I, in my experience, thought that was a way of someone like I thought that some people doing that was and this was incorrectly as well. This is an incorrect perspective, and I'm going to get into it. But I thought that people doing that, trying to remind you of things and just keep you at a level, was a means of love and a loving mechanism. And it's not. It's a minimizing mechanism, and it's a minimizing technique. And it's completely not necessary. It's completely toxic. And especially knowing where it stems from slavery and from what people had to experience, and what the coping mechanisms that they came up with as a means of protection and protecting the people around them. They had to minimize themselves and minimize each other to feel safe and to feel feel good or to feel protected. You know what I mean? So when I say deserving, first off, let me just make my main point. I am deserving of anything and everything that I want because I am. Period. I am deserving because I am. Say it with me. I am deserving because I am. It's not a if. It's not based on anything. It's not reliant on anything. It's not a codependent. I am deserving because I am. I don't have to prove myself to nobody. I don't have to explain myself to nobody. I don't become deserving of something or any type of level or any type of feeling about myself once I reach something, or it's not based on no type of future circumstance, accomplishment, or situation. I'm deserving at all times, at all moments, throughout all space, time, existence, known and unknown, just because I am. Period. Period. Point blank. It's not up for debate. It's not up for, it can't be questioned. It can't be, like a value cannot be placed on the level of deservingness that I have. And this applies for you as well. But I'm just saying, for me, I have to say this because a lot of times people will look at things and they'll see what you're accomplishing, or they'll see really how you feel about yourself. The energy that you carry, the energy that you feel about yourself, the way you feel about life, the way you feel just about existence in general, how you move through the world. And when I say you, this is referring to me, but this can also refer to you. This is where I say use you. I use you and I interchangeably. Okay. How I move through the world, how I accomplish things, or whatever the case may be. And I do not, and this is, I'm gonna say this, but I'm gonna keep it at this one statement because it's another episode I'm already rolling out. I don't have to be humble. I am not humble, and I will not be humble. To be humble, by definition, is to put yourself beneath someone. Beneath someone, behind someone, under someone's level. I am not humble, nor do I need to be. For me to be a good person, for me to be successful, for me to be easy to get along with, for me to be someone that's easy to talk to, I do not need to put myself beneath you, behind you, or below you for me to be a good person or for me to be acceptable. Period, point blank. I'm not putting myself below you or anybody else. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't give a fuck what you believe in. It's a twisted concept that people have disguised as being a good person. They've disguised being a good, they've confused being a good person with being humble, because insecure people are triggered by people that are confident and unapologetically confident. So someone saying to be humble is them saying you are not deserving and you don't deserve to feel as good about yourself as you do. For someone wanting someone to be humble and to humble themselves and to bring themselves down is them saying you don't deserve. You are not deserving, like I said, to feel as good about yourself or to have what you have, to be accomplishing what you're accomplishing, to purchase that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, one of the most common examples that I see in the Black community, it's so simple. It's like when somebody is buying their child or their kid their first car, and in the Black community, certain parts of it, you got some people like, for example, when they have a sweet 16 for their kid, they'll get their kid a brand new car, flashy one, blah 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 blah. It's nice. Okay, I don't even know if sweet 16s are still a thing, but that's what I grew up seeing. And it would be the people whose parents were well off, affluent, or just stable, that would get their kid a car that they want. Like, yeah, you want this car, you can get it. But for the majority of the community that I have interacted with, that I have seen, there's this thing, for example, with the car where it's like, oh, well, you don't need that car yet. Oh, you don't deserve to have that car yet. You need to start off at the bottom. You need to start off low. You got to start off with a hoopty for you to be able to actually appreciate this type of car. In other words, oh, you have to start off at the bottom. You got to start low. You got to you have to start off feeling as though you are not deserving, so that way you can grow to feel deserving. You have to You are not deserving of this type of car yet. You're not deserving of this yet. It's always like a yet placed on something. Like, oh, they haven't accomplished enough for them to feel that good about themselves yet. They haven't. In other words, you are not deserving yet to feel this way, to be this way, to blah, 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 blah. And it's like, bitch, first of all, yes, the fuck I am, you dumb bitch. I was born deserving. And when I'm an elder, an old ass elder down the line, and I transition to the next lifetime to conquer that, body that, I'm going to be deserving then. All throughout my timeline, I am deserving. My deservingness is not based on any fucking thing because it is a constant. It's not a variable. It is damn sure not based on what you say, what he say, what she say, what the fucking community say. The only reason why people attack the confidence that they see in others and label it as deservingness is in my opinion, in the community, in the black community. Well, let me not say the only reason. I feel like some of the reasons why people do that is because, and when I say it comes from slavery, it's because, back in slavery days, they had to like when a slave master would say something to a mother about their kid and give their kid a compliment, like, oh, your boy sure is getting strong. He growing up. He's spreading out. He's developing. Their response to the slave master would be putting the child down. Oh, nah, he ain't nothing. He ain't shit. He dumb. He ain't gonna be this. He ain't gonna be that. Blah, 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 blah. And they did that because that would distract or take the attention of the slave masters. That would take the slave masters' attention off of their child to prevent their child from being sold to another farm, to another slave master. So I have to put my kid down and be like, oh, no, he ain't this, he ain't that. Because that's me really saying, no, don't come for him. He's good where he is. Let him be where he's at. But I have to downplay him because if I say thank you and I acknowledge what you're saying, the goodness about my child, the greatness of my child, you're going to take them away from me. You're going to sell them. In other words, if I acknowledge their greatness and allow them to walk around with their greatness and their head held high, you embracing your greatness and you embracing who you really are is going to attract something bad, something painful, something that I don't want. I'm going to go through something and feel something I don't want to experience. And now down the lines, that has translated into seeing someone, but especially if it's someone that's close to you or that has once at one point been close to you that you were in proximity with. It's like an attack on confidence because you don't want to feel the insecurity that arises in you by seeing someone embrace their fullness and be in their fullness and be in their greatness. So you're saying it as like, oh, I'm just looking out for you. Like people might say it as like, oh, they're looking out for someone. They want, the world is like this and this is like that. But none of that shit is true. Any type of reasonings that follow up with someone trying to tell you that you're not as deserving as you are and that you don't deserve to feel as good about yourself as you do. Any reasons that they list after that are lies. Lies from the devil. Period. Point blank. It's a means of changing your perspective and changing the way you see not only yourself, but the world around you. So that way, which is the same thing as changing your perspective, like I just said. So that way you show up differently. And I'm just not for that. I'm calling bullshit for what it is. Bitch, first of all, let me just say this, because I know it's people that's listening to me that even feel like I don't deserve to feel as confident as I do and that I don't deserve to be doing everything that I do. And it's people that are listening that want me to be humble. And let me just say this for you bitches that's listening. The more you want me to be humble, the more you want me to bring myself down beneath you, below you, or to your level, the more powerful I will get. The more powerful I will be. The more accomplished and successful and healthy and happy and thriving I will be. The more you want to see me down, feeling like I'm having a hard time, struggling. You want me to feel insecure. You want me to feel like I'm you. The more you want me to feel bad, the more you listen and go, you wait. The more you try to wait on somebody's downfall, the more you try to project and wait on my downfall, the higher I will get. The more you are pressing your self-destruct button, the faster you are speeding up your expiration date. faster you are speeding up your expiration date and bringing it to you. All that negative energy, all that minimizing energy, which is the work of the devil, which was also done intentionally by slave masters because they wanted black people to shrink themselves and shrink their greatness as a community. And what better way to do that than by having them do it to each other? Like the monkey experiment. If you haven't heard of the monkey experiment, go look it up. It's the experiment where they did this thing with monkeys where they trained one monkey to they kept adding one monkey to a pit. They started off with a pit, put one monkey in there, put another monkey in there, and then they ended up having 3. And they trained them to where when they see one monkey trying to climb up the top of the ladder in the pit to attack the monkey, right? They'll attack the monkey and bring him down and beat him up that's crawling up the ladder or crawling up the pole that's in the pit. And the more they added monkeys, like let's say it went from 3 monkeys. I don't know the specific numbers. I would have to look it up to see. I just know the basics of the experiment. They were adding in monkeys. It didn't start off with no one big group. It started off with, like I said, 1 and then 3, and then they worked their way up to, I think it was about at least 28 or 30 different monkeys in there. And each time they added one, they would have one that would just try to climb up there because monkeys climb the ladder. And because the other ones were so used to have already seeing people getting beat up, in other words, they were trained to pull somebody off the ladder and beat them up. And they would do it as a group effort just because that's what they came into the environment and seen being done. Okay, so let's say, for example, the 3 monkeys in there. 1 try to climb up the ladder. The 2 that was in there drag them down and beat them up. Then they add the 4th monkey. They add 2 more, and then so they go from 3 to 5. Let's make it simple because I don't know the words or the specific numbers, but they would do it where they would keep adding monkeys in there, and each monkey that they would add in there would see that process. They will see one monkey climb up, and then as it tries to climb up, they yank it down and beat it up. By them seeing that, they become programmed to think that that's just the way it goes. They don't even question it. They just do it. So now it's just a common cultural thing, or not cultural thing. It's just a common practice that all the monkeys start doing just off the strength of seeing other monkeys do it, not knowing why they're doing it, not knowing where it came from, not even knowing that they were not even knowing that they were in an experiment, but just doing it. And I feel as though that's exactly what the fucking black community is. But the only difference is I'm not the monkey that y'all gonna pull down and beat the fuck up, bitch. I'll drop a bomb in this bitch a bomb in this bitch and be the only one left standing, bitch, because I crafted the bomb. Don't fucking play with me. I crafted the bomb and crafted a fucking shield for myself and explode all you bitches before you can fucking touch me. Because who the fuck you think you are gonna try to tell me or make me feel as though I need to come down? I need to be less. I need to dim my light. I need to stop using the gifts that my creator made me with. I need to shrink myself. Bitch, you done lost your motherfucking mind. You done lost your motherfucking mind. And I will be that bitch. I will be that one, that empress, that queen that steps off her fucking throne to fucking detonate your whole motherfucking city. You, your children, your grandmother, your dog, your cat, every fucking thing you care about will be exploded and in fucking flames trying to play with me, bitch. Trying to send me that negative energy, trying to make me feel as though, or trying to make people feel as though. And I'm very passionate about this because so many fucking people's light and potential and vitality have been taken away from them, snatched away from them, stripped of them. They have been shrinking and shrunk. And I don't even think I'm saying that right, but I don't even think that's the way you say the word shrinking, but you get that, like the word, but you get the point. They have just been minimized and just beat down to the point where ain't really nothing left. And they thinking that it's because that's how they need to be. They thinking it's because that's somebody looking out for them because they don't want them to get into no trouble. There's no way you run into trouble from being confident. There is no way you run into trouble from believing in yourself and putting yourself on that level and speaking highly about yourself. And the people that set that shit up knew that. which is the reason why we're going to use you guys against each other to tear yourselves down, because the more y'all tear yourselves down, the more me and my people can be over here embracing ourselves and being as big as we want to be. That's why the majority of our people are the millionaires and the billionaires and the CEOs, because we done set up a system where y'all going to tear each other down because you think that's the means of protecting each other. When in actuality, it's a way of showing, oh, I'm jealous of you and I see you being bigger and better than me and you don't deserve to feel that way. So I'm going to set you straight. No, the fuck you ain't, bitch. No, the fuck you ain't, bitch. What you doing is taking the bait. You're taking the bait is what you doing. You're taking the fucking bait and I'm the fisherman, bitch. I'ma fry and die and lay your ass to the motherfucking side. You think you gonna do any motherfucking thing. Even if you so much as think the motherfucking thought. Even if you think the thought of, oh, she ain't deserving. She don't need to be feeling like this. She need to bring it down. She need to do this. As soon as you think the thought, bitch, the spirits of the world that are loyal to me, they ride for me. They don't give a fuck about you if we really being honest about it. If we really want to get down to the nitty gritty. Because they love me. They love the fact that I'm making moves and embracing myself and shining a light. Because me shining my light is helping other people's light bulbs that's flickering, damn near wanting to go out. They on their last leg because of what you and other people like you done fucking did to them. But me shining my light brighter is giving them hope. And now that flickering light is a steady light. And now that light can get bigger and better. And it can drown out all this motherfucking darkness. And you gonna think that you finna come along and be a devil's fucking helper and you gonna try to go against the one that's actually doing some good shit? Y'all don't have no problem with the people that's walking around here putting people down, stealing from them, actually being menaces to society. Y'all have no fucking problem about that. And those are the people that are insecure, that feel inferior, that feel like they want to fucking wreak havoc. You don't have no problem with that. But it's a problem when somebody feel good about themselves. It's a problem when somebody knows and feels and believes without a shadow of a doubt that they're deserving for whatever the fuck it is that they want, even if they just look at it. You done lost your motherfucking mind. And that's the same attitude that y'all need to have. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't give a fuck what religion they practice. Can't nothing and nobody tell you you ain't deserving when you know you are deserving. Can't nothing and nobody tell me that I ain't deserving when I am deserving. You don't get to decide what I deserve. Period. I decide that. And I decide that I deserve anything and everything that I want. Period. Point blank, bitch. And it ain't shit you can do about it but give me more power. Whether you like me or not, your hatred or your love, whether it's hatred that you have for me or it's love that you have for me, both of them are only going to empower me and fuel me and make me get bigger and better and brighter to squash your ass out, because the darkness gotta go. Time is up, bitch. Time is up. Y'all done had y'all time to fucking wreak havoc on people, snatch their fucking confidence away, trying to take the fucking God in them away from them. That's exactly what you're doing. Because God is light. Source is light. You want to fucking dim somebody's light because you feel like they ain't deserving? Because the light is what pours over into the other areas of their life in the first place for them to be able to do the things that they want to do? You got me fucked up. Y'all should have did more when y'all had the chance when I was asleep. Because even with the shit that y'all did when I was asleep and I was actually dimming my light, it still didn't fucking work. But now you gonna try to sit up in somebody's face and try to sit up in somebody's energy because I'm sensitive to energy and people know that. Or maybe they don't know that. I don't give a fuck. They don't know a lot as it is, so I can't say what they know. It ain't much that they know. But how to be jealous of people and they only know how to identify who needs to be less confident. What the fuck do that say about you? The only thing you can identify on the list of the things that you can identify and the things that you can do, your skill set, 1 of 5 skills that you have, with cooking being one of them, if even that, is knowing and being able to see when somebody needs to humble themselves, or when you feel like somebody need to humble themselves because their confidence is starting to irritate you. Girl, shut the fuck up. Boy, shut the fuck up. Because I got men that's jealous of me too. You a bitch. I won't even call you a bitch ass nigga because I can't even say that. You just a bitch. And like I said, I don't give a fuck if it's a man, woman, a turtle, a combination of a man and a woman. I don't give a fuck. You can send as much evil eye as you want to, bitch. Know that you're strengthening my power. You can want me to be humble and be praying on the downfall as much as you want. The more you want and pray on the downfall and think you sitting around and waiting on something bad to happen and for some bad shit to happen to me, bitch, the more powerful I get, the more blessings, and not even blessings, the more creations I'm gonna make. The more, since I said blessings, I'm gonna say the more blessings I'm gonna get, bitch. The more you hate on me, the more you try to tear me down, and anybody else that's like me, that's actually in their light, that actually is deserving. The more you hate on me, the more you want to see me fall down, the more I'm going to rise. And the more you're going to have to fucking watch and suffer in silence, bitch. And in agony and in pain. The more you want something bad to me happen to me, for me to feel like I'm less deserving, the more deserving I'm going to be and feel and experience. And that's just what the fuck it is. Can't nobody tell me that I ain't deserving. I don't give a fuck what you done been through. I don't give a fuck what your mama went through, bitch. I don't give a fuck what your granny went through. That ain't got shit to do with me. Yes, I am deserving. And for the person that's listening, this ain't gonna be for everybody. Because I honestly don't think that everybody is deserving. But there are a lot of people that are. For you that's listening, and you know if you deserving or not, you are. It ain't based on what school you went to. It ain't based on no level of accomplishments or nothing, because people might even try to say, like, based the way that you feel about yourself on how successful you are. And the thing about that is, nobody can tell me. Like, for me personally, the people that can't stand me, the people that love to hate me, sit and watch my shit. So that's why I deliver my messages sometimes the way that I do, because I know they listening. Bitch. Take a deep breath. Let me just calm down. See, this is why I give the disclaimer about the volume. Because I started off on one volume, now I'm on a whole nother level. The more you want to see something bad happen to me, the more good shit is going to happen to me. Period. Nobody can determine or dictate or say how successful I am or what level of success I am at or where I'm at, because they don't know what my fucking goal was. Bitch, success is how the person who's experiencing it defines it. The definition of success is going to be different, but upon every person. Each person is going to have a different definition of what success is, because success means different things to different people. Success means different things to different people. That means success has a different definition depending on which person you listening to. Success looks different to different people. You can never tell me I'm not successful enough for me to feel deserving. You can never say anything about my level of success and equate that to my level of deservedness, because like I said, you don't know what my fucking goal was. Any goal I have ever set for my career or anything, I have exceeded it, and I'm still doing that to this day. I'm successful as fuck, bitch. Even when it comes to my numbers. Any number goal that I have set for any video, whether you see it in 2 digits, 3 digits, or 4 digits, or plus more, you know what I'm saying? However many views I get, you don't know how many views I intended to get on that fucking video. I don't give a fuck if it's 100 views. I don't give a fuck if it's 30 views, bitch. If I only had the goal, if I ain't have no goal for nobody to see the video and I just posted it for myself and 30 people watched it or 50 people watched it, then I'm fucking successful. Because I posted the video for me in the first place, meaning I posted it with a goal of 1 view because I posted it for me. But 60 people watched it. 30 people watched it. I'm successful. You don't get to say, oh, well, it got to be at least this much. You don't know what the fucking goal was, bitch. You don't know what my internal structure system is. You need to mind your fucking business. That's what you need to do. Y'all need to mind your own self-esteem. How about that? Because we hear mind our business, mind your business all the time. And for some people, that don't click for them because they feel like other people is their business. They feel like other people are their business. They feel like because they obsessed with me, I'm their business. No, the fuck I'm not. Bitch, mind your business. Mind your self-esteem. Mind your confidence. Mind your success. Mind your accomplishments. Mind your level of feeling deserving, because I can already tell you feel like you don't deserve shit. Or you feel like you deserve more and you don't understand. Like for me, because I know I got a lot of gifts and I know people see them. You feel like, why she get to have them? You want to have my gifts for yourself, bitch, but you ain't going to get them. And you ain't got them and you ain't going to ever have them because you ain't fucking deserving of them. That's why you try to make me feel like I'm not. You done lost your motherfucking mind. So that's all I'm going to say in this episode, because bitches got the game fucked up, but y'all need to hear this shit. You need to be taking some lessons out of my motherfucking book, if anything. And shut the fuck up trying to make people feel as though, oh, she, You ain't got no fucking say-so on how somebody feel about themselves. It ain't none of your damn business. Quit worrying about the way somebody feel about themselves and worry about how you feel about yourself. That's all I got to say on this episode. Hey y'all, I just wanted to come back on here. This is a little bit later, but I just realized that I forgot to tie this point together. So my reason or my point in making the example of people in the melanated community, when I use the example of saying, oh, their child only deserves to have a beat up car, was because I was trying to or starting to make the analogy, but I got carried away and, just elaborating on the rest of my message. But what I wanted to say was, in contrast, when I went to school because I went to high school it was a predominantly white institution. So predominantly, like I said, white, but also Asians and really all of the other races as well, but mostly whites, then Asians. And then I could probably count on two hands how many black students were in the entire school. And when I was at that school, these were students that were wearing red bottoms to school. Their parents were leasing brand new cars for them. They had brand new cars. They had up-to-date cars. None of them had what would be considered as what's deserving or what you deserve, the way black parents or melanated parents treat their kids. And the point that I want to make here is, it's not about the economic system, because I feel like the first thing people try to jump to is like, oh, well, their parents have money and black people don't have as much money. And that is not true. That's just not true. Let me be clear when I say this. Is that a factor sometimes? Yes. But when we look down at the breakdown of how black people or melanated people spend money, we see that we put our money towards the things that we actually want. Okay? We buy Jordans. We buy everything else. The money is there for a lot of black people or a lot of melanated people, but a lot of people just choose to not use it in certain areas or let it carry over into other areas where it can stretch. So I want to stop this narrative that black people or melanated people are inherently poorer or don't have as much money as whites. But even in the event that is the case, because it's a one-parent household compared to a two-parent household, which is also surprisingly was the case for a lot of the white people that I went to school with as well. The point that I'm making and the point that I'm drawing here is, it's not about the race, and it's not even about the income level. It's about what people are instilling in their children or in their kids as to whether they are deserving of something that is good quality or not, as to if they are deserving to have what they want or not. White people and people, I'm gonna just focus on white. They don't sit up and indoctrinate their children and put their children down to make them feel as though they're not deserving or they need to hurry up and they need to shrink themselves down. They let their kids take up space. They let their kids get what it is that they want. If you want a brand new car, yes, you can get a brand new car. Yes, we'll lease it. This is how it works. I'm not going to tell you that you are not deserving of a specific or of a car or of a material thing because of XYZ. Yes, I can understand. Like I said, I started out with making this point. I can understand, like, oh, people trying to be cost efficient and, oh, this is a brand new car and maintenance and yada, yada, yada. Okay, I get that. But again, it's about the principle. They are not sitting up telling their children and trying to make their children or their youth and their people and their community feel as though they are not deserving. If you want a brand new car, you can have a brand new car. If you want a nice car for your first car, you can have one because you deserve it. That's the messaging that I'm saying here. They let them have what they want. They let them do things that they want because they let them and feel as though and let them remember and know that they are deserving. So they don't struggle with feeling deserving. They don't struggle with asking for what they want. They don't struggle with getting what they want in life because they inherently know, feel, and believe that they are deserving of it. They don't have nobody telling them, oh, well, you can only get this once you get to this level. If you want to wear red bottoms to school, wear red bottoms to school. Was everybody wearing them? No. Did we have some people that did have beat up cars? Yes. Because you can see or find and come across people of any race at any economic level. That's not the point. It's the point of, are their parents and the people in their community at home trying to constantly program them with the belief that I have to work my way up to something to be deserving of it. I have to work up to be deserving of something. I have to build myself up, and at some point in the future, then I'm deserving of this material thing, or I'm deserving to feel this way, or I'm deserving of this or that and the third. Whereas in other communities, they treat their children from the ground up as if they are deserving. So when they get older, they don't struggle with feeling like that. And then y'all slap a title on it saying, oh, they feel entitled. Is that the case for a lot of people? When I see examples of it, like the Karen situations, yes. But I don't think that it be entitlement. I think that they just know that they're deserving. And we are able to see that they feel that they're deserving, but it's almost like, why do they get to feel like that? Because they never were told that they weren't. They never was told who you think you is to be asking for that. Like, they aren't. They don't feel as though they have to prove themselves or prove that they're good enough for anything, because they know that they are, because they've been raised by people that encourage for them to feel that way. Whereas in our community, it's always somebody constantly trying to bring you down from that level. Who she thinks she, they think they doing something. Oh, you get this. Like, they always equate material things and feelings and things like that to how you feel about yourself and your self-esteem, like, or your confidence level. Like, for example, I'm sure y'all have heard this before. Oh, they got this and then start acting like that. They got this and then start feeling themselves. Why is it a problem that somebody's fucking feeling themselves? This is a big fucking problem in the melanated community. Why the fuck is it a problem that somebody feeling themselves? Why is it a problem that they feeling deserving? Why is it a problem that they feel confident and that they don't feel like they got to work their way up to something? I don't got to work my way up to no fucking material thing. Material things were put here for us to enjoy them. It's like people place value on material things and external things more than they place on people feeling good about themselves and having high self-esteem and confidence. And that is a problem that I will not be afflicted by. That's all I got to say on this episode, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Thank you for listening and tuning in. Mwah. Toodles.